Hello students. So for today we have a topic that is mole concept. Okay. So to understand the mole concept, first of all, I think you all know 1 dozen. If we say 1 dozen banana. So what do you understand by this? It means we have 12 units of banana. We can say 1 decade. Okay. It means, you know, 10 years. So like we have 1 dozen banana means 12 units specially. 1 decade means 10 years especially. Same as when we say 1 mole, it means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 units are present in 1 mole, in a simple words. Okay. But when we say definition, it is a value of 1 mole. But when we say definition, it is something different. Okay. Like we can say it is defined as number of ओके इसमें चेंज करना है अपने को is defined as the amount of a substance which contain as many as particles or entities which are present in 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope. It means 12 gram carbon 12 isotope we have and which contain basically 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms in 1 mole. Okay, so here we can say 12 gram of carbon 12 isotope containing that number of atoms of carbon there. So we can say the amount of any substance which contain this much unit of atoms or molecules. It is called 1 mole. Okay, now let me explain you here. If we say, as we said, 1 mole carbon 12, so it contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of carbon 12. Okay, now if we say, और इसमें if you बोल सकते हैं, its mass is 12 gram. Okay, now if we say 1 mole sodium, as it is element, and we know the building block of element is atom. So it means 1 mole of sodium will consist this one number of atoms of sodium. But the weight of sodium atoms of counting 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 is 23 gram basically. Okay. Same as 1 mole oxygen if we say. So definitely it will also contain same number of atoms of oxygen, but its weight will be 16 gram. Okay. And if we say 1 mole H2O, now one important point here it is H2O is a compound, and the building block of compound is molecule we know. It means it will contain 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of H2O, and having the weight it is 18 gram we know. It means we have to first of all identify what we are talking about. If it is element, so in its 1 mole, this is the number of atoms present there. But when we are talking about the compound, so definitely first of all it will contain this much number of molecules in 1 mole. Okay. But yes, we can also find the atoms there also. Like we want to find number of H atoms in 1 mole H2O. Okay. So remember that 1 mole H2O, it is compound we know. So first of all, definitely 1 mole H2O means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules will be there. And by this formula, we can see one molecule is containing two atoms of hydrogen. It means it will be multiplied by 2. So 12.044 into 10 to the power 23 will be the atoms of hydrogen in 1 mole of H2O. Now we are going to next page here. Okay. Now when we are talking about 1 mole, some very important points that you have to remember always. In 1 mole, we can find atoms, we can find molecules, we can say particles. The value will be always 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. It is a fixed value, we can say. Okay, then it is 23, you know. Same as for 1 mole at STP or NTP. It is a standard temperature pressure, and NTP is normal temperature and pressure. Basically, there is a difference only of pressure we can say. If we say standard temperature pressure means pressure is 1 bar that we are using here. And if we say NTP, it means normal temperature and pressure. Okay, it will be 1 atmosphere pressure. Always remember that in 1 mole, we are talking volume of gases only. Remember that. It is very important point here. Only gases. Okay, so it is 22.4 liter. It means whatever the gas we have, definitely it always contain 22.4 liter volume always if we have 1 mole of a gas. We can change its units. If it is ml, so it will be 22,400 ml. We can write it also like centimeter cube, or we can also write it like this 22,400 cc basically. Okay, but remember that these are all real gases. Okay, in future definitely you will read about the ideal gases. For ideal gases, if we say 1 mole, so its volume is 22.7 liter basically. Remember that always. Maybe a simple question you can find in your exams. When we say mass, so we have three types of mass that we can calculate in 1 mole. Okay, it is mass that we are talking about. So we have gram atomic mass. As the term suggests in here, gram atomic mass, it means the mass of 1 mole of atoms representing in gram. It is called gram atomic mass. Okay, as you know, carbon, it is 12 gram, oxygen, 16 gram, sodium, 23 gram. It means every element having a fixed mass in 1 mole. Okay, that you have to remember. In my previous video, there is a mass of 20 elements given there. Okay, now it is gram molecular mass. Means that we have 1 mole of molecules and mass written in gram. So it is like CO2 we have. So how do we find the gram molecular mass of a compound? Take a look here. Like it is CO2. Okay. So we all know 12 is the atomic mass of carbon plus oxygen 16 that we know. And how many atoms of oxygen in one molecule is present here? It is 2. So this will be multiplied by 2. So it is 12 plus 32 and it will be 44 gram. Okay. Now let us assume It is ammonia. Okay, so it is nitrogen that we know 14 plus 1 for hydrogen, but 3 atoms are there. It means multiply by 3. It is 17, like methane. So it is again 12 we know for carbon, 1 for hydrogen, or multiply 4 because of 4 atoms of hydrogen is present in one molecule there. So it is a method to find the gram molecular mass. You can comment me if you have any kind of doubt in this topic. Okay, possibly I will give you reply as soon as possible for me. So it is methane, that is 16 gram. Now last we have it is formula mass. Formula mass term used for basically ionic compounds. Okay, so like NaCl we have. So it is 58.5 gram. CaCO3 is 100 because of 40 plus 12 plus 16 into 3. So it will come 100 gram. So it is the basic concept of 1 mole. Now the main thing that we have to study here, it is the interconversion of these values. As you can see, 1 mole of any gas always contain the volume is 22.4 liter, and same gas in 1 mole contain the same number of, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules there. Okay, it is also write like Avogadro number in a short like this. So we have to know the calculation of, or you can say finding the mass, volume, molecules, atoms in the given amount. Okay, so from the very small question, now I'm beginning here. Simple topics. You can say we have find number of एटम्स थोड़ा हैवी हो जाएगा फिलहाल बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट थोड़ा सिंपल टॉपिक लेते हैं पहले हम लोग है ना लाइक फाइंड द नंबर ऑफ molecule in 64 gram of मीथेन ठीक है ये आपके लिए आ गई वैल्यू चलिए अब अपने को इसको सॉल्व करना है अब इसको सॉल्व कैसे करेंगे आप देखिए ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दैट हम यूज करने वाले हैं क्या सिंपली रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन सो इन दैट रेशियो प्रोपोर्शन we always use first left side value from this mole concept. How? Take a look here. There will be always two values. One will be given and one that we have to find. So as we can say here, number of molecules we have to find and mass of methane is given to us. Okay. So we all know the number of molecules and mass of methane in 1 mole. Okay, now it is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules are present in 1 mole of methane. And what is the mass of 1 mole of methane that we know? It is 16 gram. Okay, now we have to find the molecules, but we have mass that is 64 gram. Okay, so now what we have to find? X. So it will be 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 into 64 divided by 16. और आ गया ऐसे, इसको इंटू कर दो, 24 और 088 into 10 to the power 23. It is the number of molecules. We can change it in a scientific notation, means decimal will come after the first non-zero value from left side. So as decimal is moving from right to left, so one positive power will be increased there. So will be the correct answer. So it is the number of molecules which are present in 64 gram of methane here. Okay. 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 Now, next question we have. Find the mass of CO2 present in 5 value 56 ml है. ठीक है जी, मैं इसका मास निकालना है. 56 ml दिया है आपको, ml of CO2 दे पूरा लिख देते हैं. Now it is a question we have. As I told you, two values will be there. One we have to find, and second one is given to us. So we use the same two values from the mole concept that we know. Okay. So mass we have to find, volume is given to us. Okay. So it will be like, okay, so it is 44 gram. We know 44 ग्राम अपने पास होता है CO2 का 1 mole, and because the volume given ml, so we will put the value which is in ml basically, like this, and we have to find x like this. Simple. सिंपल रेसिपी ऑप्शन यूज कर रहे हैं और कुछ नहीं. नाउ अब इसको सॉल्व करना है आपको. सो पॉसिबल है कि आप मिस्टेक कर दें इसके अंदर सॉल्व करते समय कुछ बच्चे, तो उसको हम कैसे अवॉइड करेंगे? टेक अ लुक. In numerator we have 0.56. So हम क्या करेंगे? In denominator we will put 1 for this decimal, and because two values are there, so two zeros will be there, and this point is now removed from there. Okay, now it is 4 टाइम में वैल्यू आपकी जाने वाली है. Okay, and now we know it is 11. Okay, now remember that four zeros है नीचे, so it will be 0.011 gram. This will be the amount of CO2 present there. Okay, next question. Find volume of 320 gram of methane. Now, as we know, volume, we have to find mass of methane is given to us. So, same as I told you, very first left-hand value that we use from the mole concept. It means that we know. So, for gases, we know the volume is 22.4 liter for 1 mole. Okay, and mass है अपने पास, तो mass कितना है मीथेन का? 16 ग्राम, that we know. Now we have to find volume. In liter it will be definitely, because we are using 22 to 4, and given mass is 320. So it will be 22.4 into 320 upon 16. So it will be 2 4 8, 2 2 4. 0 है तो पॉइंट इसका आगे शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. So it is the volume of the methane. Okay, so simple things. Same, we can say question. I want to write formula for you here. It is find number of moles. Remember that for number of moles, actually number of moles are denoted by n, small n, and we have three formulas for them. First number of moles is small m by capital M. It is called small m that I'm talking about. It is given mass, means of any substance. Capital M is molar mass. Molar mass is same, that is mass of 1 mole of substance represent in gram, that I told you earlier also. Okay. Next we have given number of atoms divided by Avogadro number. It is given number of atoms or molecules can be there also. Okay, and Na that we know, Avogadro number वैल्यू क्या है इसकी 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, last given volume upon में molar volume. V naught is given volume. It means volume of any gas given to you. Molar volume means volume of 1 mole of substance that we know. It is 22.4 liter. If given volume is in ml, so we will use 22,400 ml their value. Okay, so it is the very basic things of the mole concept. In next part, I will show you some higher, you can say, concepts question, some harder topics in which we will find number of atoms, electrons, protons there. Okay, and thanks for my last video जो आप लोगों ने इतना उसको देखा पसंद किया एंड आई होप कैसे ही मैं आपके लिए और अच्छी अच्छी वीडियो बनाता रहूंगा जिससे आप लोगों को काफ़ी चीज़ें सीखने को मिलेंगी नई नई और कोई भी डाउट हो तो आप कमेंट में मुझे लिख के भेज सकते हैं डेफिनेटली ओके